and this one was one I made a couple of years ago, obviously with old DSPs. Hi crafters, I'm Carolina Evans from studioevans.blogspot.com.au, and today I want to share with you a beautiful card using the Rose Garden Thinlit dies and some of the new upcoming products that will be available for purchase on June 1st from the new catalogue. So let's begin. Here's the card that I'm going to be recreating today, and this one was one I made a couple of years ago, obviously with old DSPs, but it's a beautiful card and I just wanted to revamp it with some of the new papers that are coming out. So one of the new designer series papers that is coming out is the Delightful Daisy set, and it's absolutely beautiful. Here's a couple of the designs from the pack, and there's the reverse of that one. And it's on page 189 of the new catalogue, and it's just here, second one down. It's beautiful, beautiful new colours, lots of variety of colours there too, and designs. And so what we're going to get started with first is what we're going to be using. So we will be using the Rose Garden Thinlit die. It's this one here from the set, Rose Garden Thinlits, to create our flower. I'll bring that one back in. And we're also going to be using one of the new bundles that's coming out here, the Lovely Words Thinlit dies and Lovely Inside and Out stamp set. Now we will just be using the Thinlits for today, but you can check out my blog for cards inspired by the stamp set. I've got lots on there. And this one's got 3 dies with the words attached to the shapes. And this one's Lovely, Hugs and Friend. So what I also want to draw your attention to is a new product which is making a comeback to the catalogue, and that is the multi-purpose adhesive sheets, which is going to make die cutting intricate pieces really enjoyable and adhering them down. It's just here on page 203, so this product here. Now we haven't been able to purchase it just yet because it's not available. It wasn't available in our pre-order, which we're lucky to do. But I have used a substitute, which is also a Stampin' Up! One. I think with the old transfer sheets I still had some lying around. Now all the measurements will be on my blog, so don't panic about that. You'll be able to recreate this card as well. And so the first thing we want to do is peel back this backing sheet and stick it down onto our piece of scrap paper. Now I haven't measured this necessarily, it's just it's big enough though for the flower to be die cut from. And then we also want a piece of one of the new papers there, Tranquil Tide, for the words. Now we don't need the whole shape and oval to be cut today, we're just going to cut out the words. I'll stick this onto here. It's very sticky stuff, so it's all over my fingers. Alright, pop that away. And we'll bring in the big shot. Now, one thing that's really important to remember is when you are cutting these pieces out, to make sure that you flip them. Make sure you're cutting on the side that you want to see. So that adhesive sheet is down on the bottom. So from this one we're going to cut the rose, and from this one we're going to cut the words. So we're just going to pop that over like that. I'll create my sandwich. Little brush set, which is also getting a revamp. Brilliant. Now with the words, what we're going to do is just trim off those extra pieces. Like that. So we've got these 2 pieces here. Now the next thing we're going to do is bring in a little piece of designer series paper, and again I didn't really measure it, I just put the die on a bit of paper and cut around it, and we're going to peel the backing off of this rows here. And this is where it becomes, I'm doing a happy dance, because I don't have to stick adhesive on all those tiny little joins and pieces there. I'm going to pop it down onto my designer series paper. And we're going to fussy cut it, because this die set doesn't have a cutter for the it's just got the outline of the rose, but doesn't have one that cuts the whole flower out. But it's going to look beautiful when we're finished. Now my tip for cutting this flower out, so that you're not cutting into the black outline, is to place your scissors on a bit of a 45-degree angle and cut around, almost like you're cutting under it slightly. Now I have created one ahead of time just to save a bit of time there, so I'll bring this one in. And then we're going to start assembling our card. So I've already stuck this panel down to the piece of basic black, and for the base I've got a piece of the new powder pink cardstock, which is just half an A4 sheet, and I've scored it in half. So before we stick this panel down, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. And just with some black twine, I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times. A bit of a diagonal on it each time there. Getting all sticky here. And we're going to stick that down. Now I've popped some dimensionals on the back of the one that I pre-made, so just pop those. I'm just going to put that in the middle of the card. Now, you don't get flowers this colour, right? But it just pops off the paper. Looks amazing. And then our little word as well. There we go. Peels off nice and easy. Well, this one does. I hope the other ones do too. And we're going to pop the sentiment down. And just to finish off the card, we're going to use some of the new glitter enamel dots. And here's a sample of what they look like. They're so pretty. Beautiful little glittery dots. I think we'll use a couple of the yellows. And then we'll use some of the Calypso Coral enamel dots as well. Add them wherever you like on the card. Fantastic. So that's our finished card with a beautiful striking rose in the middle. And here's a couple of alternatives that I've made with one with the same designer series paper, Delightful Daisy, and this one's saying Lovely, and beautiful like Night of Navy flower on this one. And then just for a completely different look again, we've got the Colour Theory designer series paper. A beautiful yellow crushed curry rose there, and this one now, as you can see, in white. So there's 3 different looking cards, all using the same technique. I hope you enjoyed seeing my project today. Subscribe to my channel and we'll see you again soon. Take care.